We are talking about no sex in the city, and we are venturing into the most volatile territory of any relationship period, and it's not sex. But it is illustrated by Carrie and Aiden's sex chaos. Hi you guys, I'm Rogue Yogi. I'm a born mystic, a near-death experiencer, and devil's advocate. Yeah, for everything spiritual. Please hit the subscribe button. Help me land a literary agent, and I will keep one eye raised so you don't have to. Thank you. All right. I'm watching Just Like That with like the same kind of curdled nostalgia and like WTF as probably all you guys are too. I loved the OG show, but I was like never somebody to compare myself or like match myself to one of the girls. The only thing I ever had was like, moderate envy of Carrie's magical writing career. That was it. All right, but as a human, Carrie's character is selfish, like void of like basic morals. She is always like trying to get like, it's like her way over integrity, and that bugs me. And she judges people like she's a freaking Pez dispenser. So like, it is true. That's why we're here today. I'm staging like an adulting intervention on Carrie. And it's not about sex. It is about the state of their union, but it is not about sex. Aiden recently told Carrie that he assumed she was gonna be celibate for 5 years because like supposedly in 5 years they're gonna like start dating and have a relationship like in half a decade. So Carrie was really super shocked. But then like in the same breath, Aiden then goes on to say like, I slept with my ex-wife. So Carrie then goes into like double shock. And her shock, that is why we are here. Because this trait I have personally seen slaughter like decades long best friendships, marriages, name the kind of relationship. The relationship trait that I have seen to be most poisonous is actually dishonesty. So like Carrie and Aiden look like a mess, but they're like sexual circus stuff. That is a symptom. It is not the cause. The symptom is the dishonesty. And what I have noticed, dishonesty is a little hard to recognize because it comes by way of either omission or minimization. It's almost as if it's a spectrum of dishonesty, but in truth, it's all dishonesty. But the truth of it is all dishonesty. I've kind of noticed a pattern. This might piss you guys off. I have found like in my own life, men have been more deft at like the fabrication side, and women can fall more easily into the minimizing and omission. But regardless, it's all just straight emotional arsenic, especially for Carrie and Aiden, who have this ass backwards dating plan that starts in half a decade. That's just not looking good. So this is the deal. There are two things we need in any relationship. It really is, I believe, the skeleton key to interpersonal relationships. The first is courteous honesty. It's saying the stuff you don't want to say, but saying it in a way that is not intentionally jabbing. You're being considerate of the other person. Okay, that's number one. Number two is prompt honesty. And this is the really hard one, at least for me. Since kindergarten, like the motto has been like, use your words. I feel like we get into adulthood and we are still the same kid who like just doesn't want to stress anyone out. The promptness is so important because if you don't say it, whatever that is, in a timely manner, resentment starts to take root. And then if that starts happening, then it's like a boomerang thing where then your guilt starts jacking up. Then it's like you want to like, and it just loops back to reinforce your original resentment. It's a nasty loop. It really is. On the pendulum of like mute to diarrhea mouth, like I still come in on the side of mute. I still have to force myself to say things. You don't have to be perfect to start trying. After my marriage broke up, I realized I really had to find my voice. And I can see a very clear pattern of how I improve. And I want to give this to you guys because hopefully it will lift your spirits a little bit. I would notice that something was not sitting right with me after the conversation had taken place. This is at the beginning, right? I'd notice after, and I'd be like, ugh, and loop back around to that person in a well-timed and courteous way. However, getting the balls to do that is a huge step. And sometimes, straight up, that would take me like 2 months. The other thing that happened was I would sometimes swing the other way. Like I remember being in line at the ice cream store with my friend, and like a very elderly gentleman on a walker got in front of me in line. And I ended up like yelling at this geriatric man. And honestly, it was incredibly embarrassing and inappropriate. Now, looking back now, I wish I would have gone back in to apologize, but you are where you are. Then, as you keep practicing this, and it takes courage, then you'll get to the point where in the moment, while the conversation's happening, you'll reach out to that person, or in the conversation, you'll say something in real time as it happens. That is like such the sweet spot. Everything is relevant. There's no chance of anything being like completely forgotten. And then the like A+ like ninja way to do this took me years. You'll really know you've got this down when you actually can anticipate where a conversation is going, and you will be able to like contribute to that conversation, and so timely that it's possible to like, by using your words like in real time, like seeing it coming, it's actually possible sometimes to avoid a conflict altogether. If you relate, keep this in mind, and I will see you guys next time.